All right, we are jumping right into Minecraft. Gonna play on the RetroCraft server. I want to mess with the music and sounds on here because when I did a test, it was not very loud. Hey there, Vinny. How's it going? So I saw another cat pop up as I was getting ready. It's a little orange cat. I don't know where they went. I'm pretty good. We stayed home today. All of us did. The girls, since the girls weren't feeling well last night and yesterday, so we stayed home. Got pretty much all of Ellie's Valentine's Day box made, which is good. Let's see, what else did we do? Pretty much sat around the house. Did a whole lot of that. And by got Ellie's Valentine's Day box pretty much done was me doing a lot of it with Ellie over my shoulder. And like, she wanted a lot of detail. I was like, okay, I can do this. But then she was like, but I also want to do it. And I'm like, okay. And then she sits down, she's like, I can't do it. You gotta help me. And so she gets bored when I help her do stuff. And I'm like, well, sweetie, if you want me to do like the big stuff, I can do that. And then you can like draw in all the little details and stuff that you want. She's like, okay. So she just sits there and watches me do it. And I was cracking up. And then she like unintentionally hurt my feelings. Because pretty much the big thing that we have left to do on it is like the little details. We're making like a big mermaid out of a sparkling water box. And so she wants to draw the face on it. Well, her tummy was kind of hurting, so she was on the couch, and I was like, well, let me draw it and see what you think. She's like, okay. So I was drawing the face, and I had her come check. She comes and looks at it, and she goes, no. And I go, well, what's wrong with it? And she just circles the whole thing and goes, that. And I was like, that's the whole face. Oh, I was dying. I was cracking up at how brutally honest she was with me about it. I was like, oh, that hurt my feelings. I was cracking up. Both of my girls are, like, their expectations of me are super high, so they don't let me get away with anything. Like, I can't do any shenanigans with them. They keep me honest so much. With Mira pretty much giving 0 F's on everything. Like, tonight, Sarah was cooking dinner, was standing in front of the stove, and Mira's like, I'm gonna come watch you. And we're like, okay. So sometimes she pulls up a chair so she can watch. She'll pull up her chair at like the counter or next to the stove so she can watch what mommy's doing. Which is fine, you know, she knows not to touch anything because it's hot. And so she pulls up a chair, and Sarah's like standing there messing with dinner, and Mira just goes, move, you're in my way. And Sarah's like, but I'm cooking dinner. She goes, move, I want to see. She did not care that Sarah was cooking dinner. She just wanted to be up front and center. Like, all right, girl. You apparently have this all figured out. So yesterday I was streaming some Pokemon, and I was using Twitch Studio, which I've used before, and I've had pretty decent experience with it, but yesterday it like the webcam part crashed on me and I was not a happy camper, so I had to cut stream short. But today we're gonna build a fishing area off this little coastline. I think it'll be really cool. So we're essentially going to build a fishing, like a dock, and then like a little fishing house here next to it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Boom. Yes, lots of fish. Fishy fish. And I like using birch for things like this just because it's very beachy looking. And what I'll probably end up doing is changing a lot of this little coast here, just along the water and a couple blocks back into sand, and making it look more like a beach dock than kind of like a New England dock. We want to stretch this out a little bit so I have something to build off of. Oh, speaking of Minecraft, Vinny, you had quite a difficult time on our FriendCraft server the other night. Did, are you okay? Were things just not working out for you? I shot you with fire arrows after I loaded you up with good stuff, after you had a rough time. I was talking about the rough time you had prior to me shooting you with fire arrows. Just wait till we get spectral arrows, then I'm going to shoot you with those, because then I can see you through blocks. That's a pretty good size little dock there. We won't call it finished until we have the little, what's a good name for it? It's like a... Oh, you found a cave full of nasty stuff? That's, yeah. What do you call those little, like, little fishing huts? Like a little outpost? Maybe you just call them a fishing hut? I don't know. We are going to take this. Because we want it to pop away from the dock just a little bit. Let's see. We need... Oops. Or do we want this? Let's make this odd width. And then... There we go. End up changing that when it's in the water. We'll do that later. Okay, so it's going to be 5 wide. We want to make this look like an extension off the dock. But we want to make sure we have room for our barrels, because that's what fishermen villagers need, are barrels. I want the barrels facing this way. There we go. Okay. Now... Let's put a post here then. Will this look good? I hope so. You know what show needs to hurry up and get back on the air? Is The Boys. Like, it's grotesque and over-the-top violence, but I miss it. Just because I kind of like that gritty realism of the superhero movie. Like, this is what would really happen if someone with super speed ran through a person. You know, it's... Sometimes the realism is a little overdone sometimes, but I think with that, it's comedic enough that it kind of provides some of that levity without, you know, throwing in, like, obvious jokes. It is. I'm excited for Jensen Ackles' character and seeing how that's going to go. Because he's playing Soldier Boy. And from what I've heard, Soldier Boy is a very ridiculous kind of character. So I'm excited to see kind of what that does. And it'll be nice to see Jensen in something besides Supernatural. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Supernatural, Supernatural. But it's like, I kind of want him to do more to show that he has more range. Like, I really enjoyed him in Smallville. His character in Smallville was great. Especially, like, they introduced him as kind of, like, funny. And then he because he was like a football coach, they kind of made him kind of an a-hole. But so they'll stand here. And then I want this to make some of these, but do I want to use those or these? Ooh, I kind of like that. I kind of like how it looks like a desktop. Let's take those. Let's move it here. Just make a couple more. He died so hard he went to Supernatural. Yeah, like, I'm glad that he was in Supernatural, but I definitely want him to be in other things. Like, I feel like... like, the guy probably doesn't have to work anymore for the rest of his life, which is good for him. But I'm sure he's not gonna want to look at a situation and be like, look, I don't have to work anymore. Kind of knowing how a lot of people in Hollywood are, that they're gonna want to, you know, do more things. Should I use walls? Yes, let's go find some materials for... Maybe we can get some of the andesite. I think that's gonna look good. Do I have walls in here? No, I don't. So we use the blackstone walls here. Not blackstone. Is this blackstone? What is this called? Blackstone's in the nether. This is deep slate. Deep slate walls for this building. And I like using walls because it adds some of that depth when you're making a build. Like here. Like this. I like this. This depth provided is so nice. Oh, and I also replaced the villagers that were in here that had gotten turned into zombie villagers. So they are now all zombies, or not zombies. They are now villagers. I haven't maxed these 3 out yet. I just got them to what their pumpkin and millitrains would be, and then I moved them over. So it took a little while, but I moved them over, and I think I added in more light above them. Did I add more light above you? I think I did. Anyway, hopefully there's no more zombies that can spawn around or in there to turn them. Alright, is it in here? Oh, we do not have a lot. Ooh, let's use the granite. Yeah, let's use the granite. That's gonna look good. Okay. There it is. And then we're gonna need some glass. Do we have any glass? Thought I had gathered all the resources I needed, but I guess I didn't. Glass. Glass. Oh, that's iron stuff. Okay. I've had the tiniest urge to start rewatching Smallville, but I've watched through the series twice, so I don't know if I want to watch through it. Like, I think I might wait and save my rewatch for later, to when it's a little bit more nostalgic. Maybe when Ellie's old enough to watch it. Well, that's gonna be a while. Oof. Oof. But no, I think it'd be really fun. I was laying in bed this morning, and the girls got up before me, and so I'm kind of sitting in bed. Mir comes running in, and she's like, "I'm scared," and I'm like, "Well, what are you scared of?" She goes, "The movie," and I go, "Oh, is the movie scary?" She goes, "No," and I'm like, "Then why are you scared?" She just, I'm like, "All right, kiddo. You're weird, but I love you." Oh, this doesn't connect there. That's gonna bother me. Let's just make them solid blocks then. But we can't do solid blocks. We could do solid blocks under and then put so at least there's a little bit of connection. That, I don't like that. Now, I think if these were top, or if we put them underneath, maybe? Maybe that? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. What we'll probably do is end up changing these to a slightly darker wood underneath, so it looks like they're waterlogged, or like they're like wet lumber. I'm gonna give that effect of submerged wood. Just something you should not clip. Me saying submerged wood. There we go. Oh, you right click with your axe and it will let you strip the bark off the wood. Yeah, that's, you have to be careful though, because like this will not stack with the regular logs. So it becomes another stackable item in your inventory. You can also, so like let's say I wanted this kind of the bark on all sides. You can do that and do that, to where bark is now on all sides. Which is annoying because it's then another stackable item. It doesn't stack with stripped or regular logs. It's now just the wood. Interestingly, though, is that if you take the stripped logs or the ones that have bark on all sides, you can break them down to just planks. So you can just break them back down again if you just need to turn them back into planks. I kind of like this because it's kind of reminiscent of the desert area over here. And I think that'll work well for us. Yeah. So yeah, you just gotta right click with an axe and you can do that. So let's put a big window here. And a big window here. I like that. Oh, it's not dark enough yet. Okay. Should we build a door? Debating on whether to keep it open or build a door. A door will make it easier to protect. Do that. But no door, I think, will give it a slightly different kind of look. I don't know yet. There we go. Yeah, I think the protection is what I'm gonna go with, and I really like these doors. Gosh, I don't like how that is set so far down. And we have to do it up here. That's better. That's better than having to go down. I think having to step up into it makes sense. Like, if it is like if water rushes over, you don't want water to leak into the building. I think that makes sense. Okay. Which means that we're going to need another one of these for a pressure plate, which we are going to make. Just like that. There we go. Okay. So the fisherman villagers will go here. Well, I guess I could have just used a plank there. And then... But this will make it a little bit more solid, I guess, around, and provide some connecting textures. Now, should I do a window back here? Or no? A window will mean that you can always see in, which is fine. But if I close it off, it might give more sense of closure in the room. Because I've already got light pouring in from both sides, but I don't have eastern light. I just got northern and southern light. So let's do this. This would be a nice, one block wider. So it's a slightly bigger window. I think that'll look good. All right. Oh, we can do this. Let's do that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. We'll make this a little taller. That way we can do a little bit more fun stuff inside the room. Let's do one of these across. We'll strip it as we go. There we go. I really do like the granite and the birchwood. It looks good, in my opinion. Let's do 1 block taller. 1 block taller, and then we'll come up with a roof design. And then let's do one on top like that. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's just do all the way across. And then see if I want to rotate it all, because I feel like now, I want to rotate it this way, so we have the striations, and when I strip it, going that way. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I don't like to build off, like in testing worlds very much. The only time I ever do that is if I'm doing redstone. So this is how I build in everything. I'm like, no, I don't like this. I like this. Like, that's the kind of the way I go with a lot of things. So sometimes I go with my mess ups because I've kind of like committed to it. Other times I'll build it and then just change it and tweak it little by little as I go. Which is, I think, kind of fun because it lets you evolve your build a little bit. There we go. Saw it out there and I knew I needed to get it. How did one get all the way over there? Let's do a vertical one there. That'll give us something to post from. Okay. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. For these as well. All right, so now let's strip it and see how that looks. There we go. Let's commit by tearing down our infrastructure. It is a box. I have made a pine box, not pine, but I've made a birch box. I don't hate it. It's a little plain in here, but we can decorate. We can not spruce it up because spruce is a different wood. Anyway, but we can change it up a little bit. We can do some fun stuff. So let's put our bed in here, and we're gonna put it right there. And then okay, so what we want to do then is let's take some of these trapdoors and let's put them around the top like this. Already, I like it. Different textures, different colors, giving us a sense of depth, just a slightest difference in depth. I like it. We're gonna have to go get more wood. Let's go get some more wood. Because we don't have any. Oh, we don't have enough. Is Grid still having a tough time trying to come in and hang out and watch, or did he just get frustrated? I'm betting he just got frustrated and just turned on his PlayStation to play a game. Oh, okay. Well, you know, it's going around. So hopefully he feels better later. Ooh, I just realized that I am not very center in the camera. Just a little bit. A little bit better. I want you and you. And I think that's it. Oh, that already looks so much better. It looks very much like a little boathouse. Little fisherman shack. Come on. Come on. There it is. There it is. All right. Oh, yes, let's make our trapdoors. And boom, 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 boom. I really like spruce trapdoors. I think they have very nice texture. Very barrel-y kind of look to them. I'm trying to think of what we could do for a roof design. Oops. Something so satisfying about chopping the wood and like hearing it splash into the water. Wrong one. Gimme. Oh, that is a dolphin. Stop playing with the planks. I know that's like part of your thing. Oh, and I got some dolphin speed in my swimming. So if you didn't know, Vinny, the dolphins actually give you an effect that allow you to swim faster. Before they added axolotls into the game, I'm sure I'm not the only one who has mentioned it to Mojang in the Minecraft community. I thought that they should make dolphins like have some of the attributes that they gave to axolotls, how axolotls will attack guardians for you. I thought it'd be really cool is that if you could befriend a dolphin, and a dolphin, because dolphins are kind of menaces in the ocean, like a pack of them can take out a shark. No problem. So if you had a few dolphins with you, you could go run some shenanigans with some guardians And I thought that would be really cool because they make you swim faster and all that stuff. Like, and if they stuck next to you, how cool would that be? All right, so let's do... Okay, let's do a little bit of this, and we need some of the slabbies. Yeah, so yeah, dolphins give you a boosting swim effect. It's really cool. So first thing we're gonna do is we are going to place some slabs. Oh, not like that. Just one tall on the edges here as an overhang. And we might extend it out in front of this one a little bit. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't decided. And then we're going to play with some wood textures here for the top of the roof. So then we're going to do this. Actually, let me do this instead, because I don't want that to show. I want it to look like this. There we go. What's dying? What was dying? Something was dying. Anyway, so I'm going to play with this a little bit. Having these full spruce with bark wood texture. It kind of sounded like that, but it also sounded like a dolphin dying underwater. Maybe the dolphin died? Do we have any more? We do. We need to make some of these. What's that for? 10. There we go. Let's make 10 for now. 10. 10. I need some torches. Let's go grab some coal, if I have any. All right. Coal, 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 coal. We have some. Good. Boom. That's a lot of torches I made. I didn't quite mean to make that many. Let's just put you here for later, and we'll just use that. It's weird because this world was created in 1.17 where coal was still fairly abundant, and then in 1.18 coal is kind of difficult to find. Like, they definitely spread out the ore generation of it, so it's not as easy to come across, which is sad because I actually like building with coal blocks. They're a deep black, but they have a slightly noticeable texture to them that I find to be very appealing. Oh, that already looks good with the spruce bark kind of poking out the top. Oh, that looks so good. I'm very happy with that. Very happy. Let's do this. You should pyramid the spruce bark. I thought about it, but I'm kind of going with how houses are usually generated in Minecraft. They usually don't have like a pyramid-y top. They kind of go with like this extended flat top look. But I am going to pyramid it slightly so I can add in. Ooh, that's not gonna work. So I can add in some of these lanterns. That's the word I was looking for. Lanterns. Put them right up here. There we go. And that will light up the top and give us some light down below. We're going to take these two here. And this will keep mobs from spawning on top here. I don't know if the light's going to cover this area, because this is the only block that's going to have spawnable spaces. This is a spawnable space, but with a light, it's not going to spawn things. This might have enough. I don't know, because the way that they changed mob spawning in 1.18. Sun's going down, so I guess we can check. It does give us some light in here. Not a lot, but some. And I would like to make a couple more of these. There we go. Because I want to hang in the corner here some lanterns. There we go. Yeah, it's a little dim. Maybe we should... have an idea. We can... Let's take one of these blocks here. Put it here. No. That's a solid block there. Let's do this. Put it there. Let's see. We'll need a couple of these. Actually need this too. We can put this in here. Okay. We need more. Let's go grab some more. I think that that's going to be plenty lit up enough up there. It's dark. It does look like a skylight with that kind of gray box in the trapdoor texture. It does look like a skylight. I agree. Oof, that kind of scared me a little bit. Gave me a fright. Sleep. Do we have any already made? Because that would save a little bit of time. It's not hugely necessary. Just gonna do this. Do this. Turn it back into these. All right. Nope. Is that how that's made? I want a stone cutter. And I would like a smoker. There we go. There. I thought about making a sugarcane farm this stream, but I realized I don't have all of the resources necessary for it. So that could be a separate stream all on its own, gathering resources and doing that. But that's a relatively big project. It's not an obnoxiously big project. It's just relatively big. We just got to make sure we get enough quartz for all of the observers. There we go. That should give us sufficient light in here. I don't like that. Don't like that. All right. Let's put some of this stuff away. Ooh, we need to put this, though, on something. Let's put this on you. That'll look fine. All right. So we've kind of got that figured out. Getting the villagers in there is going to be a pain, but we've got that figured out. Let's do a little bit more of this. Yes. Let's do this. I have this hovering a little bit outside of it. But we're going to connect it underneath. And at certain points, I think will look fine. Ooh, let's do this. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's do spruce logs as our connecting points. So let's do one here, I think. Or should I do it? Or should I go down one? And just connect it here. I don't know if I want to go down one, because I like being able to swim underneath of it. I like being able to swim underneath of it. I think that looks good. So let's do this instead. Let's bring it up. This. Yeah, let's go up a little higher. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's go back. Let's do this. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. There we go. I don't think that looks bad at all. I think that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So I'm only going to do at the water level up because I'm probably going to replace the ones under the water level with dark oak, because then those will look like saturated lumber. As a comparison, it'll look that color difference. But over here, I'm going to replace it with spruce. So I think that'll look good. Test it out. Yeah, that looks okay. It gives us enough of a difference, I think. You sounded like you should have said Kate Bishop after pretty good. I don't know what that means. Pretty good, Kate Bishop. Pretty good. Like, I've seen Hawkeye. Oh, I watched a guy on TikTok do a Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin impression, and it was fantastic. Like, he sounded just like him. Oh, okay, so I'm not the first person to say this, but there's a thing going around making fun of Florence Puth's accent for Yelena. Her Russian makes her sound like Gru from Despicable Me, and now that's all I hear. Every time she talks, I'm like, you sound like Gru. All I hear is, I stuffed you all in the crust. Like, why are accents so bad in a lot of movies? Like, not good. Not good at all. Pretty good, Kate Bishop. Pretty good. And all the Russian guys in tracksuits just said yo or bro the whole time. That's all they said was bro. Okay, bro. I was cracking up. All right. Enough of that nonsense. Let's see. Bro Moving Company. It's so stupid, but it works so well. Oh my goodness. There we go. And then when I bring them in, they'll settle in right here. And I don't think that they can get out. But they might be able to jump a block and a trapdoor. This is why I was debating on whether having a window or not. Because then I could just put a trapdoor over the top of them. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, I'm thinking tomorrow I don't have to do anything. So I'm thinking I have to go pick up medicine. But other than that, I'm thinking I'm just going to play PlayStation like all day long. Like it's going to be gross. Like I plan on showering so I can be out in public. But I'm playing PlayStation all day long. I also need to get my set up better for when I have my teacher technology systems test Wednesday. But other than that, let's put little buttons on top of these. Let's put little buttons. And let's make them face this way. No, no, no. I don't want a button there. No, no, no. Stop it. Just put the thing there. There. And there. But, like I bought these little grippers for my, go underneath my mat that's underneath my desk, because it slides a little bit and it's annoying. I don't know yet. I have some games I need to finish up. Like I need to finish up Miles Morales for PS5. I just have a bunch of games that I just want to sit down and put some hours into, I think. And tomorrow's going to be a good day to do that, because I think from Wednesday on, I'm going to be kind of just like doing stuff. So I might stream some more later in the week. Might do another Pokemon stream. I'm thinking that this little fishing hut is done. Like, I think it's done. I didn't think it would be done that quick, but I think it's done. It does look done. I agree with you. Will buttons make it better? Will buttons add any more doneness? I mean, that doesn't make it look not good. Let's add some buttons. What's funny is that these buttons will actually do something. Ah, poop. There we go. But, yeah. Can I reach over there? I'm not sure. There we go. Yeah, it does look good. I think once I replace that with dark oak, it's going to look really good. All right. Well, I mean, that's a surprise. That's a good surprise, though. Means that I can do some fishing over here and come back and do some trading with the fisherman villagers, which I'm not moving today because they are a pain. Let's go check on our farms. Boop. Alright. I need to AFK in this world some more. Build up some resources. I mean, like, I'm not hurting for iron or anything right now. Once I get my sugarcane farm going, whew, it is going to be on. Ooh, we're going to have to AFK a whole bunch. Guess we could do some trading over here, too. I just like how they're like in their little booths and boxes. Yeah, I've done some trading early off stream before. do some trading. Oh, can I do a couple more? Oh, look at that. Look at all those carrots. So many carrots. You're done. Whoops. Yours again. Yours again. Grab some more carrots. Okay. Right. Quite a bit of emeralds there. Yeah, but Vinny, this is why villager farms are so necessary to build. Like, if I wanted to, I could just wait for these guys, their trade right here, to refresh, because all of this is filled with carrots as well. It's just ridiculous. I don't have it set up for composting, but I probably should have an overflow for composting. And this is only one layer of carrot farm. The one on our RetroCraft world is 3 layers. It's ginormous. But yeah. And it does have a... You just trade. You just trade until you get more emeralds, and then you can use emeralds to trade for better items. Enchanted books. I use it to get the golden carrots, because you can get golden carrots from farmers, which is like one of the 2 best food in the game. Yeah, it's pretty much you do one task to complete another task, essentially. Let's kill some pigs. Need to thin out the herd here. Yeah, it was my crude attempt at a mob farm. It didn't really work out too well. I was trying to get a couple of different mob drops, and it just wasn't working. Alright, that's probably good. Let's throw that in there. Make some ham. But yeah, I need to actually make a mob grinder. I need to semi-automate these as well. I also need to get chickens, because that's where my chicken farm's gonna go. My automatic chicken farm. Because I would like to have all the farms. Alright. There we go. We will breed them up laters. All of that has grown. Ooh, let's cut down some trees. That's what we need to do. Cut down some trees because we need some of this dark oak. We also need the saplings. Ooh, I think I also... So I got another box from Video Game Monthly. And I haven't done an unboxing video for them in a long time. And I'm thinking about starting that back up again. I think that'll be fun. So I may start doing that again. So be on the lookout for that. If I do film that, I'll probably film it tomorrow, because I'll have lots of time to do so. Sometimes from those boxes, all I get are import games, which is fine. It's just I have to like look up what the names are because I have no idea what it says. Because not all of it is like, you know, easily discernible. Like if it's the Japanese version of Mario Party, that's pretty easy to figure out what it is because it'll show the Mario Party art for the cartridge. But if it's like a JRPG or something, I have no idea. But I've got a pretty good Japanese N64 collection going. Probably like at least in the teens of how many I've got so far. And some of them are ones that I already have in English. But as long as you have like a EverDrive or not EverDrive, like a Game Shark or something, or an Action Replay, you can play them on just a regular N64. And I am waiting until payday, and I'm buying Pokemon Legends Arceus. I am pumped to play it just because the gameplay mechanics are pretty much everything I've been wanting in a Pokemon game. My complaints for the game are going to be pretty much what most Switch game complaints are, is that graphically it looks like something a smartphone could have played 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Because, like, to be honest, there are iPhone games that look better than a lot of Switch games, like a majority of Switch games, especially first-party Switch games. Like, you would think Nintendo would put a lot behind it. Like, Mario Odyssey was a launch title. Or no, it wasn't. It wasn't a launch title. You could order it at launch, but it came out like 3 months later. Breath of the Wild was a launch title, but it technically wasn't made for the Switch. It was made for the Wii U, and then like it was developed for the Wii U, but then technically the Switch is the first port of it onto another console. These dark oak saplings are like gold, man. Gotta make sure I get them all. But I am very excited to play Pokemon Legends Arceus because I want them to kind of adopt some of the same, some of the stuff that's working in that game from what I can tell, and bring it into the mainline games, because I really think that Pokemon as a whole would benefit from being open world, roaming, like MMO kind of MMORPG style game, like a Skyrim like game. I think it would really benefit. It would benefit the world. Like, they're essentially emulating Monster Hunter anyway, so dig deeper into it. Just go full tilt. You really didn't care for Breath of the Wild? It was fine. It felt kind of like just a lot of walking, and it was pretty empty. Which I've heard is this very similar criticism for Legends Arceus. But it was fine. Like, it definitely is. If you're a Zelda fan, it is like your bread and butter. If you are a casual Zelda player, even better, because like then you're just like, oh wow, I get to run around and do all this stuff, and there's collectibles, and like it's just a lot to do. One game that I liked, but it was so hard on Switch, was Arms. Arms is so much fun. But it was so hard. Especially online play. Like the timing was just not great in Arms. Just another thing went too far away from linear play, in your opinion. Yeah, I could see that. It definitely is kind of play how you want. Like, you can definitely play that game for hours and never get to the plot of the game. There's not, like... There's, like, soft restrictions between, like, places that you shouldn't be for starting out. But you can, like, there are people who speedrun that game by glitching it and doing, like, crazy, ridiculous jumps and then, like, one-shotting Ganon. Like, because they just manipulate the, like, it's, the bugs in that game are so easily manipulative that, or manipulatable, that people can speedrun that game no problem. Like, it's actually hilarious. A lot of my TikToks for a while were just people speedrunning Breath of the Wild and just showing you how to do ridiculous jumps to cover huge distances. Is that it? Is that all the saplings I'm gonna get? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it felt like you really could get lost in not knowing what to do, which can be a huge turnoff in a game like that. Like, if it's like one of those games where if you're not paying attention to like a couple lines of dialogue, you could easily just get lost and never know what to do again. And there's no real good way to refresh your memory unless you go back and talk to every single person that you had an interaction with. And even then, it's kind of hit or miss if they have the same sort of thing. I also saw that there's no walking animations in Pokemon Legends. Like, for Pokemon there is. But there's no walking animations for, like, townspeople. Like, they just stand there in the same spot. And they don't move around the town. Like at least in the older games, they moved around. Like, they walked around. Even though they were these tiny little sprites, they walked around. It, like... And a lot of the people who will defend it with every ounce of their being are going to say, well, Pokemon's never been about graphics or anything. I'm like, yeah, that's a fair thing to say when it was on the Game Boy, when pushing the Game Boy graphically wasn't something to write home about, and the games then weren't the games that sold well. Like Pokemon, a game that came out on the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, mind you, was easily one of the most successful games on it. It didn't need, at that time, it didn't need to be graphically capable because of the mechanics it introduced and the fun gameplay and world that they introduced. But, like, as all series do, they need to evolve, pun intended, with how gamers are and kind of what we expect. Like, if you expect me to pay $60 for a game that looks like it came out as a $4 smartphone game from 2014, like, that's a little ridiculous, and I think it's a little presumptuous. Like, it kind of puts Pokemon on a pedestal that, to be fair, they've earned, but that doesn't mean that they are immune from criticism. Like, I feel like when you criticize a game like Pokemon, or really anything that has a huge fan base, the moment it gets any sort of criticism, people are like, well, you're not the target audience, or you just don't get it, or it's never been about that. I'm like, what you're really saying is you aren't really debating my criticisms. You're just saying that my criticisms have no merit, and that I don't know what I'm talking about, and that I shouldn't give it a criticism, which doesn't rebut a criticism. Like, if I said it had a linear plot, which a lot of Pokemon games do, that's a pretty valid criticism, but it's also very accurate. And that's not something that a lot of people like. A lot of people do want them to kind of venture out of the kind of 8 badges, Elite Four kind of storyline that we've grown accustomed to. But if people are saying, well, that's just how Pokemon is, you can't criticize it for that, I'm like, come on, like, just because it's Pokemon doesn't mean it is above criticism. And if there's something about it I don't like, I'm going to talk about it. And there's something about it I do like, I want to talk about it. Like, it's not like I'm tearing it down for everyone else. Like, there's a lot of movies that I watch that I criticize pretty heavily because I want it to be better. You know, like, I look at certain movies and I'm like, oh wow, I really like this movie, but here's some really things that just didn't make sense to me, and we'll be like, well, you're just trashing the popular thing. You just don't want people to enjoy things. I'm like, I enjoyed it, and I want other people to enjoy it. This is just how I think we could all enjoy it more. Like, it's okay to enjoy things and talk about things we didn't like about it. I don't know. That is my rant. I think people get hung up on like this kind of toxic positivity, where it's like you cannot speak ill of something that someone enjoys because they enjoy it, even if there are fair and accurate criticisms to be made of something. And it's not like saying, well, you're a trash person for liking this and this is trash. It's like saying, oh, this is something that I watched that I thought it could do this better. Like, I watched the movie Countdown recently. Not the best movie ever made. The acting was okay. I thought it was pretty fair. I had heard about it before. It was about an app that kills people. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. That's an interesting, funny, kind of like, hey, this is on the cutting edge of technology kind of humor. And they kind of were tongue-in-cheek about it by saying that it was like a curse that was like updated to be through an app's terms of conditions, which I thought was hilarious. So it kind of knew what movie it was. And the kind of lore that they built up behind it was equally as ridiculous as the premise, but it worked for what they wanted. And it was not a good movie, but did I enjoy it? Oh yeah. Tom Segura's in it, and I watched it pretty much for Tom Segura. He was pretty much all I needed from that movie. Oh my gosh, because I like Tom Segura's humor and his comedy. I think he's funny. He is. I've been listening to his podcast with Bert Kirshner, who it's called Two Bears, One Cave. They're pretty funny. Tom is definitely the more calm of the two. Bert is wild. And he says some pretty off-color things sometimes. But that man is wild. Yeah, he's the machine. Yeah. But yeah, so I watch their weekly, or I watch and or listen to their weekly podcast all the time. It's just so good. So good. Vinny, does this make you mad that I'm just throwing out iron axes to be burned in lava? But yeah, their podcast is hilarious. But yeah, so I watched that movie Countdown pretty much just for Tom Segura, but I was like, all right, I'll give it a watch, you know. I was in the mood for like a cheesy horror movie. Totally got what I wanted. Was it a great movie? Heavens no. It was not good in the slightest. But I watched it, and I had fun watching it. But that doesn't mean I can't critique it. You worked so hard for all your iron, died and dug and killed and cried. I'm just melting them. Yeah, like they're not even getting used for anything. Like I could smelt these for just an iron nugget, which would really just be a waste of smelting material at this point. But yeah, I mean, I'm in the diamond age and I can get diamond whatever I want. Like, even this enchanted one, I'm gonna throw. Just because. Because I don't have unlimited storage. And really, I'm just trading with that guy so I can unlock his next set of trades. Let's see. We can get some iron. Look at all those chests. Yes. Look at all those chests. Yes. Oh, that's ridiculous. There we go. You should be leveling up again. There we go. It's a decent axe. Yes, you do. Look at all those chests. That's ridiculous, man. Oh, hopped over to the next one. And sword. Boom. Axe. Wait, do I have an axe over there? I do. Okay. So let's do the sword there. So pretty much what I have is I'm trying to build up my set of stuff that I'm going to like fully like just ridiculously enchant. Try to get all the good enchants on it. So I'm probably going to end up disenchanting a lot of this stuff. But now I have diamond tools, or I have diamond armor I can get, diamond tools I can get, and now diamond weapons. Very exciting. Okay, we need a fletching table. I believe you just need wood and I think a bow and arrow. I think you just need for a fletcher. Let's see, fletch. Ah, I don't even need that. Okay. Well, where'd you go? Ba-ba boom. Just need 4 pieces of wood. And I don't remember what all the fletching table gives you. Hopefully it gives you bows, because that'd be great. Because I would love to get bow stuff going. Speaking of the Two Bears, One Cave podcast, I haven't watched this week's or listened to this week's. I can watch now. when I was commuting an hour in the morning, I'd just listen to it in the morning. But there's a couple of podcasts I watch. I watch theirs, Two Bears, One Cave, because it's a lot of fun. I also watch Violating Community Guidelines. It is from Brittany Broski and Sarah Shower, who were big on TikTok. And I think that they're really funny. Young ladies who are their roommates out in LA, and they pretend to be cousins. They're like cousins for clout. It's hilarious. And they, so they pretty much just talk about like just random subjects each one. So like this week's was creepypastas. They did one about conspiracy theories, things like that. So they kind of keep theirs thematic. And I watched Two Bears, One Cave, and then I also listen to the Green Brothers, John Green, and Hank Green. They're fun because they're very like you can tell a lot that they're like dads, trying to be hip and like, but they talk about different subjects, and they're a lot of fun. All right. I will wait for you, good sir. Ooh, let's breed these bad boys up. So we can take you. Let's drop this out so I don't accidentally spam torches. Breed up some cows. So you just breed them up by right-clicking. Okay. And then for pigs, you use carrots. Just right-click with them, and then you'll see little baby piggies. Yep, little baby pigs, and you get experience. Are you all grown yet? You are all grown. I need to like take a bunch of time and just harvest the butt ton of trees. Like, if a butt ton was like a unit of measurement, I need to do a couple metric butt tons. Butt tons. Metric butt tons. Gosh, that's such a fun like set of words to say. All right. So we did, I feel like we got a lot accomplished, but didn't do a lot. You ever have those feelings where you're like, man, I did so much. And then you look at it and you're like, I did nothing. But yeah, we built a pretty nice, I would say pretty nice little fishing area. 3.5 butt ton is slow down. I'm glad it went on. I'm glad it went further. This pleases me. Oh man, I want to take a screenshot. Let me find a good angle. We don't want the mushrooms in the way. Here, let's turn off my GUI. Go, that's one screenshot. And then we'll do this one, a close-up. There we go. Okay. So, Vinny, if you didn't know, F1 hides and brings back your hides and unhides your GUI, your GUI, and then F2 is your screenshots. F3 is your like data on everything, like your XYZ, it shows your coordinates, chunks, all that stuff. I don't know what F4 does. F5 changes your perspective. Yeah. I don't know what F4 does. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, we did quite a bit of stuff. I'm going to post those screenshots later. It'll be fun. Show the people who missed out on the stream what all they missed by this sweet... Just push it. I did. I actually did hit F4 and it didn't do anything. That's weird. All right. So, I think I am going to be done for the day. Thanks for hanging out with me, Vinny, especially. If any of you guys were wondering, you know, you want to see me do stuff, check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, here on Twitch, also on YouTube, all at Mr. Retro. That's MMRRETRO. That's 2 M's, 2 R's, ETRO. This will get pushed over to YouTube tomorrow. I want to send you guys on a raid. I want to raid somebody. Let's raid somebody. Let's see who's streaming. Let's see. Joe Hills is playing some Pokemon Arceus. Let's go and let's raid Joe. Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe Hills is a Minecrafter. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.